Okay, hello people. My name is Kiril Vlahov, and right now I'm going to present my presentation how to build a song. First of all, I would like to make it clear that every piece of writing you see in my presentation is mine and can be found absolutely free of charge on the internet, in Facebook, my blogs and other literature websites. With the exception of one verse, which I will point out when we get to it. If I speak too fast, or if I recite too fast and you cannot understand, please tell me, because I'm a bit nervous right now. Okay, please hold your questions to the end of the current slide. Okay, so the word build is a bit strong, and you might wonder why I'm using it in one sentence with the word song. This is intentional. You probably think that we cannot build songs, but that is not so true. The main reason I'm here today, other than to share my experience, is to check whether a piece of writing as sophisticated as a poem or a song can be assembled without or with very little inspiration. If this is true, I will start a series of lessons dedicated to writing song lyrics. But that's too far in the future. Now let's go on. Now, first of all, there are three important questions which await their answer before we get to the point. The first one is, as you can see, why English? Reason number one, English has become an international language. I don't believe that this needs any further explanation. You know that in 80% of the web is in English, and there are many English channels, all the songs are in English, and I don't think I need to speak further of this. Okay, reason number two, English is no longer a plus, it's a necessity. Now, in the past, if you applied for a job, a simple certificate would suffice. But today, most of the interviews are conducted in English. There are even tests you need to pass. For example, one of my friends graduated last year, couldn't find work for months, and was forced to take an awful job in a warehouse with terrible conditions just to make ends meet. He had gone to dozens of interviews, but he didn't have the minimum speaking skills, even though he could read and write. He used to study in a normal school, but with an English, which had an English major. Reason number three. Writing in English is easier if you keep it simple. Now, most of you might think that writing in English is not easier. Probably most of you don't even write in Bulgarian, but I can assure you that if you keep it simple, there are certain rhymes, which I will show you, which are very easy in English. They are just like an assembly to you if you know what you're doing. Okay, reason number four. Second language increases cerebral functions. Cerebral functions are the functions on the core of the brain. Not only second language and not only English increases these functions, but if you know more than one language, you will be able to think in that or these languages, and you will be smarter. Okay. Most programming languages are in English. Now, the special words in the majority of the languages, especially for web programming, are in English, and this programming is the future. If you want to apply anywhere, you will need to learn at least 5 of these programming languages. I already told you about the Telerik Academy. Everything there is free. And but what I'm talking about is that the special words, which means the words you will write as a functions or as the special words, are in English. And if you understand English, you will be able to understand the essence of the language. And what is more, if you are a programmer, you will need to write what you want in Google, and Google will find it for you. But if you don't know English, this will be extremely hard for you. So, for example, you need a function to exit strings, to show strings, and you write function for strings or something like that. And if you don't know English, this will be extremely hard for you. Okay, reason number last, which is 6. Yeah, in the university you will be flooded with literature that is not yet translated. Now, this depends on your major and your university, but speaking from my experience, one day you will be given a 500-page book in English just to prepare for one single exam, or you may be given 2 books with 1,000 pages, but in essence you have to read, or in Wikipedia you have to read, and stuff like that. Okay, the second question is why writing? Now, writing develops your mind. Okay, writing develops your mind, that's it. Think about it. Writing develops your grammar and vocabulary. Well, writing is the best way to develop your grammar and vocabulary, because when you write, you use the language, and sometimes you will, when you write, you have the need to use a new word. You will know it only in Bulgarian, and you will search it in the dictionary, and you will see that there it is, and you will use it. And the grammar constructions, well, when you first start writing, you need someone to guide you and someone to check your grammar, usually. Now, writing is gratifying once you become pro. Well, I'm not yet pro, but writing is gratifying for me. I'm in the upper intermediate level, and when you write and you see your piece of writing done, you see you have inner gratification and satisfaction of what you've done. And I can tell you about the first song I heard from my lyrics. It was like bearing a child. I'm not a woman and I don't know how it's like to bear a child, but I think it's the equivalent with men. So I mean, it's like watching something born in front of you. Okay? Writing helps you express your feelings. I know that you have many feelings right now in your teens, and most of them you express by writing bad words in the toilet or stuff like that, or shouting, kicking, or yeah. But this writing helps you channel your feelings into something which is a form of art. Writing is a form of art. Okay, I see that we are not so good with the time, so I will start talking even swifter. Okay, writing is a good hobby. It doesn't interfere with your other work. What I mean is that you can write when you're not at work. So writing can bring a lot of money. Well, now in Bulgaria this is not so true, but if you find a window and some people to help you, I think writing can bring a lot of money. And right now I'm doing exactly that. I'm looking for opportunities, and if any of you want to go to that path, I will help them. Okay? The third question is why songs? Okay, songs are written more easily than poems. That is true, because poems need certain imagery. They need to have symbols, and with songs, you know, you have heard songs that are so simple that when I hear them, I want to cry out. So songs usually need to be in a certain to have a certain rhythm and rhymes, and that's all. And poems are more difficult to write. Songs are more common among the people. Okay, show by raise of hands who of you have heard 10 songs in their lives, at least 10 songs. Okay, and show by raise of hands who of you have read 10 poems in English. Okay, well, that proves that songs are more common among the people. Okay, songs can affect your mood. Well, I mean that if you're moody or under the weather, if you hear a song or songs, they can lift you up, or they can affect change your mood. If you are happy, for example, you listen to bouncy music and music for dancing, as I call it. really like to dance, even though only at home. Anyway, so they affect your mood. Song lyrics are easily remembered. Okay, show by raise of hands how many of you know at least 5 lyric songs by heart. By heart, lyric songs. You can, I'm talking about rap, for example, or, okay. And how many of you remember at least 10 songs, 10 poems in English by heart? I think I proved my point. Okay, songwriting is a lucrative business. Well, is there any questions? Are there any questions? No. Okay, songwriting is a lucrative business nowadays. Now, again, I'm trying to clear the path for something like that. I have friends, they have friends, and I think soon I will be able to write for money. I mean, yeah, questions? Yes? Lucrative, well, that means that brings a lot of money. I've heard it in 2.5 Men. Okay, so now to the point. What do you need to write a song? First of all, you need an idea, but I will pass through that. First of all, you need an urge to write. Urge means willingness, inside willingness to write. Second of all, you need rhyming experience. Third of all, you need sense of rhythm. And fourth of all, you need sense of symmetry and patterns. I will explain these 4 things to you. Okay, first, urge to write. If you don't have an inside willingness and urge to write, nothing will happen. This cannot be taught. What I mean is that if you don't feel the willingness to write inside of you, and I cannot teach you anything. If you don't wish it yourself to write, if you have tried writing dialogues or sentences and you find that satisfying, I can help you. But if you don't, and if you don't want even to sit in front of the white sheet and create something, if you don't have ideas, if you don't have feelings, if you don't have stuff like that, you won't write. Okay, and the second of all, no, this is the meme time. So did you get it? Okay, I won't tell anything about these jokes. Okay, types of rhymes. Now, some theory. True or perfect rhyme occurs when the initial consonants change but succeeding vowels and consonants remain the same. What I mean is, look at this. So bravely you fight, with honor you serve, and what you deserve you get from the light. In here, in the first and last lines, fight and light are perfect rhymes, as are serve and deserve, which means that well, fight and light are perfect rhymes because they sound the same and look the same. You can remember that. And serve and deserve, they are even serve is part of deserve. Okay, and ear rhyme, which I use most frequently, occurs when words are spelled differently but sound the same. For example, I kneel before your heavenly throne, I find in you things I've never known, I keep in my soul a vision of you, I feel so alone, so helpless, so true. In this rhyme, the rhymes are thrown and known. You see, they sound alike. Thrown, known, but they don't spell alike. And you and true, okay? And these types of rhymes I just loathe. I don't like these types of rhymes. And most of the old poets use them. But it's not their fault. Okay, half rhyme, near rhyme, and slant rhyme occurs when there are changes within the vowel sounds in words meant to rhyme, but I don't accept them. Before him, on a cold black sleeve, remote exertion and line scratched and burned, insignia that could not revive, the heroic fall or climb where they were earned. Now, sleeve and revive are half rhymes, where the initial vowel sounds has changed from short to long, but the end V sound has remained the same. I don't. For example, Lord Byron, if you have heard of him, rhymes love with rove with move. They look like they look the same. They resemble each other, but they are not. At least I think. Poem means song. I think poem means rhythm. And when you speak the poem, when you recite it, I think it has to be the same. It has to sound the same. It has to be our ear rhyme or perfect rhyme. Okay, now rhyming experience. Usually that take years of practice and a profound knowledge of the language, so you know the rhymes and stuff. But after a few lessons in pronunciation, you are good to go, and I hope you are good to go, because this is what we are going to do today. What is more, there are basic rhymes. Okay, basic rhymes are rhymes that are so common that have become a cliche. For example, tear, fear, dear ear. Now, can you tell me more rhyme? This is too soon, because you haven't seen any of my poems, and you probably haven't tried to make rhymes. But as a test, let's try to find more rhymes. Okay, okay. Here, can I ask you just to open a notebook or stuff? The ones of you that still hear me and listen to me, to open a notebook and try to write rhymes which we will need later on. And I don't mean only rhymes of tear and fear and dear. I mean, for example, okay, take. Let's try to make rhymes of take. Can any of you? Okay, just say it and make take. Okay, write them down. We will need them.
Why don't you write them on the whiteboard?
Well, I will write them later on a file when I will write. Okay, I can write them on the whiteboard. Is it?
Yes, there.
Is there? Okay, right now we are searching for rhymes which we will use later on. So, okay. Now, rhymes of make, for example. Don't raise your hands, just shake. Okay, shake. Anyone?
Take, fake.
Okay, take.
Break.
Take. Don't only try to make the three last letters be the same. For example, it can be take. Take. Okay, shake. Take. Break. Or the other break. Okay, but okay, now these are rhymes of make. Now let's try my rhymes of there. There. Anyone there?
Fair. Sure.
What fair?
Both.
Fair. What?
Share.
Fair, you must give fair.
Just say them.
Fair.
Where?
Here. Where?
Here. We also say here.
Okay. Well, this is only an exercise. We don't even have to write them all. I will use only a few of them with the idea which you will give me. Just think about rhymes now. Okay. Now, let's go on. Now, you need to write this on your own and think about it. To read this on your own. Just if you think of any rhymes during the presentation, just write them down and we'll use them later. Now, did you get the joke? I have to ask because I don't know whether to move on. Okay. Now, sense of rhythm. In order to achieve a good sense of rhythm, you need to read hundreds of poems and songs lyrics. There is no other way. Now I have read hundreds of poems, literary and song lyrics. I have translated 100 songs, and I can tell you that if you need to sense the rhythm and There is just no other way, unless of course you have a good gene and you're natural at this, and this is what we will find out later on, if there is someone among you who is natural at this. English steps are easier than Bulgarian ones because of the small words, which are the, to, in, and stuff like that. Okay, especially the yamp, which is one unstressed and one stressed, and the anapest, which is two unstressed and one stressed. You will see later on. Okay, now examples of yamp and anapest. This is a poem. This is my poem, and you will see the yamp. Okay, I want to go. You right away. These are the yamp steps. They are two syllables. The first one is not stressed, and the second one is stressed. But I can't. This is the anapest. The first two are now this is only a theory, but I think it would be interesting for you to know. The first two are unstressed, and the third one is stressed. Okay, I have so many things to say which I shan't. I want to hear your gentle voice once again. I wish you'd made a different choice, my dear friend. I want to see your pretty eyes just once more. My heart that's full of spears of ice can't restore. I want to feel your tender skin and kiss you. You don't know how much pain within. I miss you, I miss you. Now this is the example of yamp and anapest. I think you got the idea. Did you get the idea what is yamp and anapest? Okay. Now we are talking about the easiest forms of rhythm in English. They practically write themselves. For example, this is about the earth, and I wrote them in like less than 5 minutes. Okay, the polar ice melts every day. Before our eyes, earth fades away. Is there a question? No. All seasons merge, no fall, no spring. The ocean searches for ships to sink. It's either hot or freezing cold. We just cannot, this changes hold. There comes a time for balance sheet. Our biggest crimes we're yet to meet. We must at last just realize that our past is built on lies, but our future is not high tech, for no computer cannot protect. Okay, now this is. Shall we go on? I think we shall. There is a break a little further down the road before we move on. Okay. Okay. Now this is the easiest form in English. This is form of rhyme in English. You only have to. You see, there is D in dipolar ice, and the very structure of the English language makes it very easy to write in this form. Okay, now let's move on. Yeah. Okay, now this is an example how to write something. First you need an idea. Now the idea is very important. I have stayed in front of the notepad for many hours, and if I don't have an idea, I just stay and read lines and nothing happens. So you need to have an idea. You'll see that later on. Okay, now this is a poem that I wrote in the Mr. Haji Dimitrov's class, and I had like 10 minutes to write it, and I thought about the easiest idea is love. If you don't have any idea, just think about love, and that's surely will make something. Okay, love is. Now you need the first line. Every poem starts with the first line. If you have the first line, it's 10 times easier to write the poem. Now love is a tear. Now all you need is logic. For example, when you write down love is a tear, you have, this is the first line. You need to think about the second line in connection with the first line, something relative. Yeah. So love is a tear. These are 4 syllables. When your dear heart cries, you all know what your dear heart cries means, right? Love is a tear when your dear heart cries. This has internal meaning, right? This is reasonable. Okay. Then you write next line resembling in rhythm the first line. So the next line will be love is, but something else. So love is a fear, and of truth among wise. So it flows naturally. Love is a fear of truth among wise. Love is as dear as your sweet one's eyes. as I said, I wrote that in 10 minutes, and it's not so. You only need logic and the sense of rhythm, which is very important. Okay, this is the example. Now, sense of symmetry and patterns. Symmetry and patterns are very important for all poems and most of the songs. Patterns can be various, and I will show you these patterns. The first pattern is first, last, or inside line. So they are repeated. The first, the last, or the inside line are repeated. The second one is repetition. The third one is formation of lines, and the fourth one is special first lines. So I will give you examples for most of these patterns. Now let me. Oh, again, meme time. That's very interesting. Read it.
What means
Meme time. That means I thought you were familiar with Facebook and all the memes in the Facebook. This is taken from Facebook. This is the Velociraptor who makes comments about usual stuff, about stuff in the life. And as you can see, if you're hotter than me, does that mean I'm cooler than you? Did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, it's funny, right?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't have to do that, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay, examples first line. Now this is a song, and I will when we finish the presentation, I will give you that song. I will show you that song. Right now I will just read it. We live in different worlds, so far away you are. The distance dims my words, the feelings in my heart. We live in different worlds, perhaps a song could help. Your eyes are lovely pearls, your lips I've never felt. We live in different worlds, I hardly know your life. I know a lot of girls, but none deserves a strife. We live in different worlds, but you are worth the pain, the longing and the swirls inside my soul so vain. We live in different worlds, I think of you so much. The clouds with downy curls remind me of your touch. We live in different worlds. Now, as you can see, this is the first line is the same, and when you have the first line, all you need to do is find rhymes to the last word of the first rhyme. And as you can see, I found words, pearls. For world is this is the basic rhyme, because I have written another poem which you will see later on, and usually girls rhyme with world or pearls. If you have heard songs, most of the rhymes are pearls or girls and stuff like that. What else should I? Okay, but none deserve a strife. Do you know what strife means? Any of you? Strife means fight or wrestle, but strife is a non-countable word, which means this is unnecessary, and I know that. But if I omit the rhyme will be heard from that. Will not be the same. And as a poet, you have the right to make mistakes and to go around the rhythm, to to go around the rhythm. Okay, so to bend? Okay, to bend the rules. Okay, and I want to focus your attention on that line, inside my soul so vain. Now this S, you see S 3 times, inside my soul so vain. This is called alliteration, and is a repetition of consonant sounds. So when you this is again something for which you need to hear. Inside my soul so vain. You see how the S is said many times. That is alliteration. Okay, now the next one, first line again. Okay, lovely princess from the east, your beauty knows no bounds. You bring rulers to their knees, you tame wildest of the beasts with just one simple sound. Lovely princess from the east, your face outshines the sun. If it shone like you at least, our world would know the peace and not invent the gun. Lovely princess from the east, your eyes are two bright stars. On your smile my eyes would feast forever, so I beg you please don't take away my heart. Now this is again a repetition of the first line. As you can see, the structure of the poem or song, the structure of the poem is the first, the third, the fourth, and the second and the... Okay, I will show you. This and these three are rhymed, and these two, and the number of syllables is the same. So another way of putting it is A B A A B. You know, the form of the poem. Okay. What else? You see, when I first started writing this song, I didn't know there are so many rhymes of east, but I had to to find them, so I did. As you can see, east, knees, beasts, least, peace, feast, please, and so on. These are rhymes. Okay, next one. Now these are the examples of the basic rhymes. This is the first one I showed you, and I wrote in English class. The second one is a cover, if you'd like, but a more sophisticated one. Love is a search in the ocean of feelings. Love is an urge for devotion in dealings. Love has emerged as emotion that's healing. Now, I don't like this poem very much. It feels artificial, and it is, but it's on the pattern of the first one. And as you can see, there is inside rhythm, inside rhyme. In the ocean for devotion and as an emotion is also rhymed. And the last one, I tried to make a poem which is 4x4. So not only 2 but 4 of the lines rhyme, and this is also the 4-syllable rhyme. It's been so long since you're away. I've been so strong for years and days. It felt so wrong to go on dates, but I moved on, and it's too late. It's too late now to want me back, to write your vows, my sights to hack. I've learned somehow to live with lack of sky and ground and any tracks. Now I will tell you about the rhymes in Bulgarian, the female and the male rhymes, but in English rhymes are different than in Bulgarian, because only the male rhymes are used, which means that the rhyme is on the last syllable. So most of my poems are, if I can say 99% of them are with male rhymes, but you can see that in English this variety is shown by diphthongs and single. For example, now and back. Now is A and U, ow, and back is only I think what is, oh, you don't use transcription, I forgot. So anyway, so back is just a, and this is how you make it sound more in a tune, more song-like. Okay, we need to move on. Now this is another example of basic rhymes. So now what I did is to find rhymes of hours, read them down, and then the idea is again about love. In my lonely hours, how I dream for you again, and my desperate wish devours all the moments we were friends. There are no enormous powers that keep us far apart, yet time is no longer ours, though yours is my loving heart. How could now I bring you flowers, just to see your smiling face? How could I? They will die hours, before you see them they will fade. In my dreamy splendid towers we are magically bound, but in real life I was a coward, for I let you go when you were found. Well, nothing much to say here. This is again the basic rhymes. Okay, now inside line. Inside line means it is not the first but the third line, and again the basic rhymes with world. what I did is to make up the line "Love will rain upon the world" and try to make a poem outside of it, based upon it. Love, such a beautiful word. Love, only thing that matters. Love will reign upon the world until the day of letter. Now, until the day of letter means, I found it in the dictionary, the letter day means the day of the judgment day. In essence, the judgment day. So, love will reign upon the world until the end of all days. Love in the eyes of a girl, love in the hands of a boy. Love will reign upon the world and fill our hearts with joy. Love, the loveliest of pearls, hidden under spite and hate. Love will reign upon the world in the mighty hands of fate. You see that, right? The little ones of you that still follow me, see it, okay? Love, it makes the minds to swirl and hearts to skip their beating. Love will reign upon the world as the noblest of feelings. That is inside line. Now, repetition. I never noticed you in school, and now I feel like such a fool. I never saw you as the one, but now you're gone, but now you're gone. I never kissed you since we met, for which I always will regret. I never missed you like the sun, but now you're gone, but now you're gone. We never walked just hand in hand, that we are friends I did pretend. I never knew what you have done, and now you're gone, my only one. My only one. This is the first one, and the second one is... this is with the ending repeated, and this is with the beginning repeated. And okay, let me read it. You're coming back across the distance. Your rueful like crush my resistance. Soon you'll be here where I can reach you. And then my dear, I would beseech you. Just take my heart so pure and tender. Don't tear apart, my soul surrendered. Now, there is a reason for this repetition. If you are anxious, for example, for your sweet to come back, you start to repeat some stuff, and you know, you are smart people. You get what I mean. Okay. Now, this is what I found in the internet, and I laughed so hard. Name 4 heavy metals and their symbols, and the guy who wrote that really found 4 heavy metals. I laughed so hard. Okay, now formation of lines. Formation of lines is like patterns, but the first pattern is like the second pattern. These are one of my first works. First you write but this is written more difficult. It's more difficult to write because you need to resemble the first line exactly. Okay, she knows, of course she knows you fool. She knows you're true, she feels you hue. She sees in you, in your blue eyes, she sees the wise and cries and tries. Cause she's not blind, cause she's not deaf, you fool. Of course she knows, she's just too kind and doesn't mind. And so let her go, just let her go. She knows, of course she knows you dope. In vain your hope, no friend nor foe, she feels you so. It does not hurt, her words to hurt. Her sights not blurred, you're just not there, you dope. Of course she knows, you're just not worth to feel her world. And so let her go, must let her go, let go, let go. Now, as you can see, I have shown you these two are side by side. And they are the same as structure. Now, again, formation of lines. This is again the word and the pearls which I like so much. My sweetest dear, why can't you hear me calling? Why can't you feel my wounds are real and in love so deep I'm falling? My dearest girl, your eyes like pearls are shining. If all the world should twist and swirl, your only words are binding. The first stanza is the same as the second, just the words are different. Okay, now again, this is from a woman's point of view. I know I have to be strong, but it has been so long, so long. You've been so far away, you never call, nor ever write. I'm dead inside, outside is full, same every day. I miss your fingers down my hair, I miss the kisses warm and fair. You've been so far away, I miss your smiles, I miss your touch. I write in songs telling how much I care, I pray. I still wait your bright blue eyes to look once more behind the lies. That I forgot the way you make me feel, the way you heal when I'm with you. What do? I wait, I pray. As you can see, this is a little bit different because the first 1, 2, 3 lines and the last line are the same, but as you can see, you never call nor ever write, I'm dead inside, outside is fall. This is a rhyme, the first and the last, and the 2 inside, which is called cover rhyme. And in the second one, smiles, touch, songs, much, this is cross rhyme. And in the last one, it is a sequential rhyme, which means I feel, heal, you, and do. Okay, so this is not the same pattern, but it is relatively the same. Now, special first lines. This is what I wrote on New Year. 10, I wish for loyal friends. 9, to make my life just fine. 8, I wish for dinner date. 7, with angels sent from heaven. 6, and many lovely pics. 5, of our happy lives. 4, and only one thing more. 3, which people give for free. 2, I want a kiss from you. 1, before the year is gone. Now this is another, again, a special first lines. You can do whatever you want with the poem, and this is one of the ways you can make your poem. Now, okay, it's you. Yes.
What does it also mean in the last portion?
Okay, let's see. Well, this is when you count from 10 backwards. No, this is for the new year. When you have seen that, when you count the final countdown until the new year. So, and you rhyme the 10 with friends, 9 with fine. This is the meaning of that. I did that to show you just the first time can be various. It doesn't have to be a repetition. It can be different. It can be a count. It can be anything you want. You just need to, okay. Now I'll read that to you because you are not paying attention. A guy went for an interview at a big IT company today for the position computer hacking investigator. And the boss asks you, so what makes you suitable for this job? And the guy says, I hacked into your computer and invited myself to this interview. Okay. Okay, maybe it's just me. Never mind. Imperfect versus syllables. Now, this verse, I will read it to you and you will tell me whether you think it's perfect. Perfect means. Okay. Now this is record at home because the time was not sufficient and we couldn't really make it all in the school, so I will continue this. Okay, now imperfect versus syllables. Now, you are a goddess with fingers divine, I am a mortal who runs out of time. Your touch summons, O power sublime, your eyes sparkle and hue and define. You stand where no mortal has been, your skin is the whitest I've seen, your song tames the wildest of beasts, your lips can bring wonderful bliss. I kneel before your heavenly throne, I find in you things I've never known, I keep in my soul a vision of you, I feel so alone, so helpless, so true. You probably think that this is a perfect rhyme, a perfect verse, but it is actually not, because you are a goddess with fingers divine. This is 10 syllables. S is I am a mortal who runs out of time. Your touch summons, O power sublime is 9 syllables. S is the second, the next one. Your eyes sparkle and hue and define. Now this is so good, but we see. You stand where no mortal has been, this is 8 syllables. Your skin is the whitest I've seen, again 8. Your song tames the wildest of beasts, your lips can bring wonderful bliss. Moreover, beasts and bliss are not perfect rhymes, they are actually the rhymes that I told you I hate the most, but sometimes I use them. actually just one time, and I'm not intending to use them again. Anyway, I knew before your heavenly throne, I knew before your heavenly throne is 9. I find in you things I've never known, again 9. I keep in my soul a vision of you, I feel so alone, so helpless, so true. These are 10. So as you can see, this is a very imperfect verse, but you cannot judge about it only by its appearance. You have to actually do the math in order to see it, okay? Imperfect versus step. Now, this is something I discovered recently, and in the deepest darkness I found the light, it shines so bright with blinding sharpness. Now, in the deepest darkness starts with anapest, and with blinding sharpness does not, because in the deepest darkness has 6 steps, and with blinding sharpness has only 5. So this is imperfect verse, but unlike the logic, it does sound good to me, so I kept it and I didn't make any changes on it. Okay, in the deepest darkness I found a light, it shines so bright with blinding sharpness. In the ocean vicious there was a soul, so pure and whole, yet unambitious. Unambitious means humble. And as I had cherished this flower wild, with smile so mild, it began to perish. From the world corrupted, it took a sip, with virgin lips, and was disrupted. Okay? Now, referring to chorus. The part of the poem which is repeated several times during the course of the song is probably the most important thing in the lyrics. It has to be catchy and relevant to the rest of the poem. And in case of the songs, it really has to be catchy, because that is most of the time that is the only thing we remember from a song. Now examples. We're walking down the street hand in hand. I want to know, my sweet, my dear friend, do you still adore me like before? Would you walk beside me forevermore? Would you stand by me when I'm old? Would you keep me warm when it's cold? Would you love me still when I die? Oh, I know I will, I would cry. Would you bring fresh flowers to my grave? Would you cry for hours yet be brave? Would you stand by me when I'm old? Would you keep me warm when it's cold? Well, that's okay. Would you stand by me when I'm old? Would you keep me warm when it's cold? That is the chorus. Forevermore. Okay, the way of contracting sounds, because forever has three syllables and forevermore has 4, which is more than I need. I need only 3, so I use what every poet uses, the contraction, in this case a comma. Forevermore becomes forevermore. Okay, now yet another refrain. He fought bravely, but he fell. None could save him, one can tell. She was better with the sword, and I let her win the war. Her blade was sharp to cut right through his wounded heart. Forever true, you see, forever again. Forever true. She was better with the sword, and I let her win the war. He later died, right in her arms, all dead inside and deeply harmed. She was better with the sword, and I let her win the war. Nothing else to... just the refrain, which is bold. Nothing else to see here. And you can't see that. I mean, only the people who see this presentation can see that. Okay, rhyming isn't everything. Now, that in the left was the first version of my song. I miss your fingers down my hair, I miss the kisses warm and fair. You've been so far away. I miss your smiles, I miss your touch. I write in files how much I care, I pray. As you can see, that is relatively, relevant. Okay, that has meaning, but as I was pointed out, I miss your kisses down my hair, I miss the kisses from I miss your fingers down my hair, I miss the kisses from my fair. You've been so far away, I miss your smiles, I miss your touch. I write my songs telling how much I care, I pray. And now I see that I have missed the I, but anyway. I write my song telling how much does not rhyme, because there are very few rhymes of smiles. And rhyming isn't everything, so you can miss the rhymes for once or twice in order to preserve the meaning of the poem. Okay, what's happening? Now let's build the poem. I usually write poems in Notepad. I don't know why. It just feels right. But okay, so I open a Notepad document and I will ask you for an idea. Now the first thing you need to write a poem is an idea. Can you tell me anything you would like to write about? Anything that moves you, anything that you need written?
School.
Okay, school. But what about school? You need details and you need rhymes. Now, let's think about rhymes for school. For example, you can say how bored you are right now.
I wait for the bell, but
Okay. We will write words. We will write words which are connected with school, which are relevant to school. For example, I see bell, which is the bell. You wait for the bell, right? Okay, school. Now the full rhyme is very good. Okay, zoo. no, wait a minute. Yeah, zoo is good. Okay, you see them, right? Okay, let's brainstorm for a bit. For the bell, perhaps well. Okay, just think about teacher. Okay, teacher is like preachers, yeah. Okay.
Classroom.
No, classroom is that is a female rhyme, which is not the last, and it's difficult. Classroom. It can be in 2 words. Last and cross. Classroom. Last. Bloom. Bloom. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. Now a few more. Bell, preacher, teacher, school. Tell. Okay. Homework. But homework. Think, just think. I need you. I can write it on my own, but I need you to. Фу като глупак. Не знам дали фу има значение задник. Okay.
Hard work for my homework.
Okay, hard work. Hard work for my homework. Hard work for my homework. No, this is not a rhyme. You need to. Okay, let's start with something. For example, I will show you the 4-line. When I'm at school. Now, as you can see, when I'm at school. Now, this is the example of YAMP. When I'm at school. When I'm at school. And this is a 4-syllable, which is the most important. When I'm at school, for example, what do you do? Yes. Okay, but that is a bit. Okay, a few, but you know, a few. Was it? No, how is it few? Okay, I forgot how to spell it few. I'm sorry, I'm a bit Tired. Okay, I feel, but you see, if you write, I feel like in a zoo, you will see that I feel like in a zoo is 6 syllables and we need 4. So we will either make the next verses in this pattern. Okay, that's better. It's like a zoo. Okay, now we need. I wait for the bell. I wait for no. I await. No.
Waiting for the bell.
Waiting for the bell. Waiting for the bell. And when you write, you will get used to count on your fingers like in math. That is the the band of the profession. Now, when I'm at school, it's like a zoo. I feel okay.
When is the bell? Second bell.
Okay, now let's see. I wait the bell. Yes.
I came it down. Only the school bell can tell what's in the bell.
Okay, only the school bell, but only the bell in school can tell when. Okay, let's see. When I'm at school, it's like a zoo. Only the bell in school can tell. And that's the bell. Okay. Okay, that was I have a very let me. Hello again. This is the last part of the presentation. It is written. It is recorded after we finished the class. Now we started doing as you saw previously, we started doing writing the poem, and now I will show you what we wrote with a few others. When I'm at school, it's like a zoo. Some scream aloud and others shout. There are mice and maybe lions, and some think that they are giants. Some of them resemble ants carrying enormous plants, suffer from tremendous loads, but the rest you'll never know. Some like monkeys in the wild, you can hear them from a mile. At last the bell rings in the hall to save all those stuck in the cell. We wrote that with a few of the students afterward. Now I will show you the rest of the presentation in order to conclude. This is the joke. Now where to publish? You can publish, most of these sites are for Bulgarian stuff, but there are English sections in them. You can publish in bookvite.bg, hulite.net, откровения.com, stihovebg.com, or your personal book, which can be in either WordPress or Blogspot, or I don't know, maybe there are other platforms, or your personal website. Now where this is another joke. Okay, and now where to contact me? The first one is my Bulgarian blog, the second one is my English blog, the third one is a website with my account, and the fourth one again my account in Откровения. You can see VBox, where I put my clip, my videos, and the rest one is relatively raw and new in StichoBG, but it's catching up. Okay, and now there are no questions because I'm at home. And now how to contact me. Don't worry, the real presentation will be in a link in the description, so you can download it and see the presentation without my voice or without anything else. And you can see the links when you download it. That's all. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.